Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Clonks, and welcome back to another episode of my FC25 Southampton career mode series. This is episode 5 of season 3, so as always guys, there are links down below if you've missed anything. There's a link to the previous video, and there's also a link to the entire series playlist, so if you have missed anything, head back now and get all up to date before we carry on through this one. For those of you who are all caught up, you will know that in the last episode we had a decent one. We started off with a poor result away from home, but it was always going to be difficult. At Anfield we lost 3-0 to Liverpool, but then we got through in the Carabao Cup. We simmed that, we won 3-2, so just about won. It was a bit of a nervy finish, but we did manage to get through. We then had a really good result against Brighton at home. We won 3-0. Guri impressed in that game, and then we had a 3-3 draw against Man City, and a bit of a disappointing result in the end because I felt like we were the better team for the majority of the game. Didn't deserve to concede 3 goals. However, I conceded 3 goals, so at the end of the day, when you concede them, it is what it is, it happens. So we took a draw from the Etihad, which isn't too bad. I would have taken that all day long at the beginning of the game. It was just the way the game went. I felt like we could have picked up 3 points, but it is what it is. We got the draw at the end of the day. It's not a loss. We've got a lot to get through today, so I'm not going to dilly-dally too much, but we're going to start off with a played game against Nottingham Forest. We're going to play Newcastle. We will sim the Carabao Cup game against West Ham today, and then we'll either sim Spurs or Villa and then play the other one depending on where we are in the table when I reach that point. But we're definitely playing Forest, Newcastle and simming that West Ham game. So let's show you the table very quickly. This is how the table is looking, and we are sat in 14th after 6 games. We picked up 7 points, not too bad. Conceded 12, which could be a bit better. Unfortunately, 6 of them were against Liverpool and Man City, so it's not as bad as it looks. This is how the rest of the table is looking, and the front runners currently are Spurs and Villa, so those are the 2 teams that we're debating whether to sim which one, but we'll see how it goes. The rest of the teams, though, to be fair, we're playing first, second and third today, so it is actually a tougher episode than I thought it was originally, because at the end of the day, when you look at it, Man City have now won a game. Actually, they were in relegation zone, but they have actually won that 7th game, so they've pulled themselves out. You're not expecting them to finish there. Anyway, I'm rambling on too much now. We've got a lot to get through, so let's jump into that Forest game. But before we do, guys, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss anything else from this series and my channel. Let's go take on Forest. Nottingham Forest have a really good lineup. So they got Costa in goal at an 86. They got Pavard on right back as 84. Jonathan Tah, who they just signed, at 87. They still got Milenkovic, who is an 83 overall. Anya is playing on the left-hand side. Danilo, Elliot Anderson as the 2 CDMs. Alanga still there at an 82 overall. Hudson-Odoi still there, 82 as well. Morgan Gibbs-White also still there, 83. And then they got João Pedro up top, 83. A very good side. They haven't got too much on the bench. They got 2 backup strikers. They got Oscarson and Richarlison, but other than that, there's nothing really too much of quality. They got Jota Silva at 80, to be fair, but other than that, like I said, there's not much else. The starting lineup is very strong though, so this is going to be difficult. That's why they're in third. This is our lineup. It's pretty much our starting lineup, except I've decided to bring Mason Mount in at the cam to start, and also Sarr is starting on the right hand side. Sarr's been really good for us so far this season, linking up well with Guri, who's also in fine form. The one that we're a bit disappointed with so far is Paqueta, but I do expect him to rise to the occasion soon and start playing a bit better. He's been okay, just not really popping up with too many goals or assists like I thought he might. Anyway, let's jump into it then, because we've got a lot to get through, like I've already mentioned. So this isn't going to be easy, but we've definitely got the quality to get something from this game, so let's go try and do that. João Pedro then. Ball into Hudson-Odoi, takes a strike, early strike, saved by Ramsdale. João Pedro takes a strike, and a very unorthodox save from Ramsdale. I felt like he probably could have caught that. I think that's what he tried to do, and it slipped out of his hands. Lucky enough, it slipped out of his hands for a corner, not into his own net. But they don't do anything with the corner, so that chance is over. We might be able to do something on the break. We've given it away. Now's a chance for João Pedro to maybe do something again. Takes another strike. Ramsdale is forced into yet another save. Oh, it's a good cross in. It's going to fall for Gibbs-White, and we do get the ball away. João Pedro. Good tackle by Dewey. And a really nice pass into Sarr, who's taking it nicely. Ainya's on him though. Still got it. Go back outside. Oh, just about keeps it. Nicely done. We'll have to go back to Fernandez. We'll get into Mason Mount, who line it one up. Oh, he's hit the bar. Oh, I thought that was going top corner. Mason Mount smashes the bar. That's our first shot. And we came so close in the first 20 minutes to getting that lead after an early bit of pressure by Forest. But we are the ones who are the best chance so far. It's just a shame we couldn't put it in. Hudson-Odoi, 40 minutes then, inside to João Pedro. Gibbs White's got round me, and Ramsdale is forced into yet another save. He is on top of the minute. He's playing a good game. It's just a shame that he keeps giving these chances away for a corner. Like I said, I'll take that over conceding, but eventually he's had to come out. See, they're going to get close from these corners. They've got some good height in there, but they haven't managed to get away. Oh, they've been tackled now, though. That's another good save by Ramsdale. He's going to have to do it again. Oh my god, Ramsdale's on fire at the minute. But Forest are really hammering the ball at him. We've only had that one strike that hit the bar. Although we could do something here. No, it does look like it is going to be 0-0 at half time. But Forest are probably arguably just about the better team at the moment. Oh, nicely done, Williams. Into Mavididi. Mount. We'll get that back to Mavididi. We'll go early into Guri. We'll try and get that back to Mavididi. I think he's still onside. He is. We'll take the strike, and Costa with a save. It wasn't quite far enough in the corner like I wanted it to, but it is another chance for us early on in the second half. Good bit of play leading up to it. He just didn't quite put it far enough in the corner, so it was a fairly easy save for Costa. But we do have a corner. Can we do something with it? Fernandez is going to whip it in. Header. Nope. Forrest get it away. Alanga then inside to Gibbs White. It's a good pass back to Alanga. Oh, he's done me. Shot. Another save by Ramsdale. Ramsdale is really playing a good game at the minute. He's keeping us in this game. Mavididi. Mount. Sarr. Can we get that round? No. Good pass into Sarr. Flick into Guri. He's onside. Strike. Oh, it's a good save by Costa. That was a chance. Costa with a really good hand to it. I thought that was destined to go in the back of the net. It was Guri. He's in real good form at the minute. He just could not get that past Costa. Oh, and now João Pedro's got the legs to get around Danzo. He's got round him. Oh, Ramsdale with another good save. It's the goalkeepers at the minute. The goalkeepers on top, both playing well. Ramsdale playing extremely well. A lot coming at him, and he's dealt with all of it so far. Chance here though. He's there again. 62 minutes gone, still 0-0. Gibbs White. Alanga. Still Alanga. Lays it off to Gibbs White. Pass into Hudson-Odoi. Good turn, good finish. It's been coming. Forest have been the better team. We can't argue about that. They've had a lot of shots. We've had 1 or 2 chances, but nothing as good as Forest. And we have eventually conceded. It's a good turn and a good strike. Ramsdale maybe will be a bit disappointed. He maybe should have saved that one. It was just quite close to, and a lot of power on it. Got past him, so we have to come from behind if we want to get anything from this one. I'll take a draw from you, so let's go and try and do it. We've got 23 minutes to try and do that. Oh, what a tackle by Dan James, and he's kept the ball. That's a really good tackle. Fernandez has made a run. We'll get it to him. Fernandez. Oh, it's another save by Costa. 82 minutes gone. Then the ball is in the wrong end of the pitch as far as we're concerned. But Forest do have a free kick. And they do something with it. They're going to do some other train. Hudson-Odoi takes a strike. And that was actually very close to dipping in, to be fair. Lucky enough, it does go over the bar. But we've made some changes. We've got a few more players. We've brought Dan James on. We've brought Paqueta in. We've brought Hutchinson into the cam position to try and create something. If we can get a draw from this position, I'll be very happy, but we haven't got long to do so. Doherty into Guri. We'll lay that inside to James. Over the top, looking for Guri. Keepers. 3 added minutes. Doesn't look like we're going to get this equaliser. We might get one more chance. And here it comes. This is going to be the final chance. Sarr. He's been forced wide. Still got it, but there's not a lot of options. We'll have to go back inside. Don't blow the whistle, ref. Hutchinson, Doherty. I don't really want to cross the ball in because I don't think anybody's tall enough to get there. We're going to have to though, just so get something. It's not going to be it. That's going to be the game. we're going to fall to a defeat in the first game of this episode against Forest. They are up in third, so, you know, it is what it is. They were always going to be a difficult game. They got a decent side. They were the better team overall. It's just a shame that we couldn't get at least one goal, because we only conceded that one goal, which I felt was a bit disappointing to concede in the end. I thought Ramsdale could have done better with that one. There's a few other shots that came at him that maybe he did a bit better than he should have. So it is what it is. Anyway, we'll jump into the next game now. Hopefully we can bounce back and get a win. It is against Newcastle though, so it's not going to be easy again. Another difficult side, but we'll do what we can. Newcastle line-up then at St James's Park. They've got Trubin in goal, Livramento, Kim Min-jae and Fabian Schär, and then Lewis Hall as the back four. Tonali and Gomes and Timber are the middle three, with Berardi, Alexander Isak as ever, and Anthony Gordon on the left. Alexander Isak, of course, always scores against me, so I'll be hoping that that doesn't happen today, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does. He always scores multiple times, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but we'll see. Our lineup then is pretty much our starting lineup again, except the only difference is, so I brought Hutchinson back in for Sarr, and we're playing Fernandes in the cam with Paqueta alongside Bissouma in the middle, just to see if Paqueta can play a bit better in that deep position, and the back four, well, back five is as usual. So another difficult game here. Obviously we're hoping we can bounce back from that Forest game and get 3 points, but Newcastle are a difficult side like I just mentioned, so who knows. Let's do our best. Mavididi into Fernandes, back to Mavididi, we'll go there, back into Fernandes. Good bit of play here. Mateus Fernandes will try and get his back post blocked. The ref's given a penalty. Now I think the goalkeeper stopped, because I did put the ball in the back of the net. I'm going to have another look at it. I'm hoping it is a penalty. It is a penalty by the first look, so that's not too bad. But I'm going to have another look at it, as we usually do. So Fernandes lays it, well, tries to chip the ball in, and Kim Min-jae has jumped up, arm, elbow out. Definite penalty. I just want to have a quick look at this. Did the goal? Yeah, okay. The goalkeeper, to be fair, Trubin did stop. So we can't say that the ref should have played advantage because he did stop. But then he stopped because the ref didn't play advantage. Because the ref... Anyway, doesn't matter. It is what it is. He probably would have saved that. We've got a penalty. Let's go and try and score it. Guri has had 100% record so far, so we're hoping he can continue that. We're going to go right. And keeper doesn't move. Into the top corner. 1-0 from the spot in the first 10 minutes. The perfect start. Get in. Good pass into Mavididi. We'll get over the top looking for Guri. I think he's onside. He is onside. We'll go with his left foot. Oh, what a finish. Oh, that's 2-0 in 13 minutes. And that finish by Guri on his weaker left foot was absolutely sublime. He is scoring some fantastic goals for us at the minute. And that one is just the pick of the bunch. Let's be honest. What a strike on his weak foot, on the outside of the foot. I wasn't expecting him to do that. The defender dives in, can't get anywhere near him, and maybe the goalkeeper should have done a bit better, but maybe he wasn't expecting... Actually, looking at that, he had no chance. The ball was already passing before he could even think. Guri, I am loving this guy at the minute. His shot power is ridiculous, and I'm very happy with how the game has started. 15 minutes in, 2-0. Absolutely crazy stuff. Fantastic. Advantage. It's gone to Hall. Cross comes in. It's not a very good one, though. And we have got an opportunity here to break off from that poor cross. Oh, that's a foul. That's a dangerous tackle from Lewis Hall. I'd be very surprised if he's not off after that one. He is. It goes from bad to worse for Newcastle. 2-0 down, 20 minutes in, not 26 minutes in, and now they're down to 10 men as well. From this position, I'll be very disappointed if we don't pick up 3 points. We should be getting 3 points here. And Berardi's going off for Murphy now. A very interesting change considering they're pretty much like for like, so I'm not really sure what Newcastle have done there, but it is what it is. I'm just happy that we are winning from this position, so hopefully we can go and get these 3 points from here. Oh, it's fallen back for Isaac kindly, who's gone round Dewey nicely as well. He's still dangerous when he's on the pitch. Timber into Gomes. Oh my god, that was a good strike, to be fair. Just wide. Newcastle, though, with their first opportunity, really. I think they had one earlier on. 34 minutes gone. Still 2-0, though. Thank god that didn't go in. Cross comes in. Oh, he's there. Oh, what a save. I don't know how Tonali was in so much space then. It's very disappointing on our part, marking-wise. That's a good ball, though. Oh, it's a really good touch from Guri. He's got around the man. Oh, he's still going. He's got to score here. Oh, and he does. So from a Newcastle free header, which Tonali really should have scored, it was a good save by Ramsdale. I was disappointed the fact that he had the free header in the first place. But anyway, up the other end, a good couple of touches from Guri to get round Kim Min-jae, and he used his strength to hold him off, which was also fantastic. And then it was very similar to the finish he had against Man City in the last episode, where he just got it back onto his right foot. And then a finesse into the far corner, a bit of a strange save animation by Trubin, but that's a game issue, to be fair, but I don't care. That's another goal for Guri, who is in absolute fine form, and we are 3-0 up, and we really should be getting 3 points in this one, and I'll be hoping for a clean sheet as well. Guimaraes, Murphy, cross comes in, that should be Dewey's header. Well, I've just talked about keeping a clean sheet, and Newcastle just put a cross in the box, and the ref's given a penalty. Of course, we'll have a look at it. We'll have an initial look now and see. I can't really see a handball in there, so we'll have a more in-depth look. Guimaraes lays it into Murphy. Murphy then whips a ball in. I think, is it Gordon that gets to it? It is Gordon. Dewey's jumped up to try and block it, and the ref has deemed that that's rolled onto his arm. It does look like it has, but to be fair, it's his shoulder more than anything, which isn't handball. If it was a penalty, I would give it. I did it all last season. If I generally think it's a penalty, then I will give it. But that, he's not even looking, to be fair. He's jumped up to try and head at the ball. His arm is in a natural position, and it's not even hit his arm, it's hit his shoulder. So it's a no penalty. And at the minute then, we are going to keep that clean sheet. Oh, it's a poor pass from Greaves. Not needed. If they score from here, I'd be very disappointed because it was an unneeded pass. Oh my god, and Isak nearly does score from that mistake, but it has gone wide. It doesn't seem to be Newcastle's day today. He probably should have scored there, to be fair. It's a really nice strike. It's just gone wide. Still 3-0 then. We're into the 68th minute now, coming up to 70 minutes, 20 minutes to go. I'm very much hoping we can keep this clean sheet from you. Tankstead, is he on? He is on. I thought he was miles off. Well, Tankstead is literally, that's his first touch, I think. Literally just come on the bench, off the bench for Guri, and the pass to him was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely amazing. I don't know who it was, to be honest. I think it was Sarr. Can't see it there either, but the fact that he managed to stay onside there is fantastic, and it's a really nice finish as well. Right in the top corner, no chance for the goalkeeper. Yeah, I don't think it is Sarr. He's to be fair, that run he's made there is perfect. He's just kept himself in between the defenders and then made a late run, and then it's an easy one-on-one. I say easy, he's really done very well to finish like he did in the end to get it around the goalkeeper. But we've had an absolutely fantastic game. We have definitely bounced back from that Forest game with a very nice 4-0, well, currently 4-0 anyway. I'm still hoping to keep this clean sheet. I'll be very disappointed if we don't keep it. I've made some defensive changes to bring her on, although we are not going to keep it with passes like that. It's a good save from Ramsdale. It was almost gone then. So it's 4-0, 85 minutes gone. Chance for Newcastle here from the corner. I'm hoping that we can defend it well, though. Headed away. Should get that away. We haven't got it away. Now we should get it away, and we do. Mount Tankstead's made a run again. Oh, what a touch that is. Tankstead for his second of the game. Oh, he's at the bar. Another chance. There it is. Should have scored the first chance. It is what it is. Hit the bar, but he was there to follow up with a head. And that is 5-0 at St James's Park. Absolutely fantastic result. 2 goals for both our strikers as well. And I can't even remember who scored the other goal. I can't remember. You guys will know. I generally can't remember who scored the first goal. Absolutely gone. It's gone. I'm not going to remember. Anyway, doesn't matter. 5-0. Game, set and match, and hopefully a clean sheet to boot. And that is it. 5-0, absolutely fantastic result away from home at St James's Park. We were already 3-0 up, I believe, when the red card happened, so you can't fully say that that's the reason. It just helped us maintain the performance, and we really did well. Newcastle will be very disappointed with that result. Oh, Guri did get a hat-trick. For some reason, I thought he only scored 2. He did get the hat-trick. He must have scored... I know he had the penalty, but he must have scored 2 goals after that, which he did, to be fair to him. So, strikers game. 5 goals from both our strikers. Absolutely fantastic. Let's jump into the next game now, which is a sim game. I believe in the... Or it's the Spurs game, I think, before the Carabao Cup. So we might be a sim game, it might not. I'm going to have a look at where we are on the table with regards to Spurs and Villa. Okay, so both Spurs and Villa are up the top of the table. Spurs are actually first and Villa are third. Now, I decided to play Spurs because, well, it's always good to see where we are against top of the table, but also because of Liam Delap. We want to see how he does against his former side. Of course, he joined Spurs in the summer, left us, and that's why we replaced him with Guri, who is absolutely fantastic. So I'm not too bothered about that, because we used that money that we got for Delap to put in other areas of the squad as well, because we got Guri for half the money and he's performing just as well for me. So this is the Spurs lineup. The Spurs lineup, as always, is crazy. They've got Alisson, Molina, Konate, Marquinhos and Gutierrez as the back 5. Then they've got Zubimendi as the CDM with Baliba and Kulusevski next in front of him. Then they got Frimpong on the right, Liam Delap, of course, through the middle, and then Matoma on the left. So absolutely crazy. They've got some options on the bench as well, with Sandro Martinez, Son down to an 80, but still just as effective. Solomon, Højbjerg, Martin Fernandes as the backup right back, Brennan Johnson an 83, backup right wing, Bentancur, Robert Nolly, and Kinski as the backup goalkeepers. They are absolutely crazy. You can see why they're top of the table. This is our lineup, pretty much our starting lineup again. Sarr coming back in, but we've gone with Downs and Basuma as the 2 holding midfielders, because this lineup is a bit mad. So I'm going to try and be a bit more tactical with my midfield, and hopefully we can get a result here. I'll take a draw all day long. If we can do it, that'll be fantastic. So let's try and do that. Frimpong, Baliba, back to Molina, Kulusevski, Delap, lays it off to Zubimendi, who's going to take a strike. Easy for Ramsdale. First chance of the game, though, comes from distance. If they can do that all day long, I'll be very happy. That's a good bit of play, Delap. First strike for Delap against us, then lucky enough it goes well wide in the end. But it's another chance for Spurs. But again, if that's where the positions these shots are coming in, I will take that all day long. Delap. Oh, what a pass that is into Frimpong. Oh, he's at the post. The reverse pass by Delap was fantastic. Frimpong lined up, and lucky enough, he should have scored, but he's hit the post. Lucky. Still 0-0, half an hour gone then, but Spurs are the team that look like if anybody's going to score, it is going to be them. Half-time whistle's about to go then, still 0-0 here. I'm taking it. We're doing well, we're defending well, we're just not doing anything going forward, but I was sort of expecting that because we have lined up quite defensive. But so far so good. We're going for the draw is what we were going for, and it's working out well. Spurs obviously hitting the post, but that's the closest they've come so far. So hopefully we can maybe even nick a winner, but at the minute it doesn't look like we can do anything going forward, so it does rely on that clean sheet. Free kick to Spurs then, 50 minutes in, first chance of the second half. They're going to lay it off to Delap, who is going to line it up actually. He's very poor strike in the end. If we could have got that pass out, they were in danger then. Although it's going to come back into Delap, who takes another strike, and Ramsdale was scrambling to that, to be fair. Another good chance for Spurs, but Ramsdale was equal to it. So it's still 0-0, but a corner for Spurs here. First one of the half. Downs has been bullied, to be fair. Shouldn't have been, and they haven't done anything with it though. And now we've got a chance on the break. Can Mavididi get round? I don't even know who that is. Whoever it is, Mavididi has got round him. Here's a chance. Can he beat Alisson? He can. It's a smash and grab here at St Mary's. Mavididi on the break makes it 1-0. It's exactly the perfect plan for us. Defend, 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 and try and get him on the break. And it's worked. 1-0 to us. Mavididi gets another goal. Alisson stood no chance. It's a really nice finish by Mavididi into the top corner. And now, as long as we can keep defending like we have done for the rest of the game, then we will pick up another 3 points against top of the table Tottenham. Downs, Guri, back to Mavididi. Into Guri. Oh, what a touch that is. I mean, Guri. Oh, Alisson with a save. It's another good chance. All of a sudden, we're the team on top. Spurs do not know what's hit them at the minute. They've conceded one, and they're looking like they might concede a second if they don't start performing better. It's another good bit of play by us. Sarr, get that in, blocked. The ref is going to give a penalty for that. I'm not so sure on the initial look. We will have, obviously, the check. At the minute, I'm leaning towards overturning that. Ooh, we'll have another look at it. So Sarr here chips it in. It's Marquinhos who's gone up. It's one of those, you're like, what is he really doing here? I think he's jumping up to try and header the ball. But his arms aren't really, they don't really need to be there. However, I'm being cautious at the minute, because at the minute it does seem that most of the penalty decisions that are penalties seem to be for me and not against me. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm being very, that I'm being biased. But initially I'm looking at that and I want to give a penalty, because I'm like, why is his arms there? Like, the ball's nowhere near him to go for a header, so he doesn't need to put his arms up in the air. I think I have to give it. It's a penalty at the end of the day, and the ones that I've overturned, I do feel like they aren't penalties. So this one, I think, is a penalty, because his arms don't need to be up there. So if you guys disagree, let me know, but I am going to give that as a penalty. So we are going to get a chance to make this 2-0. Guri stepping up then. He has had a 100% record so far. We're going to go down the middle, and it's worked because Alisson has dived and Guri makes it 2-0. Spurs are a little bit shell-shocked at the minute because they were the better side in the first half. We didn't really look like scoring at all, but all of a sudden we're 2-0 up. Delap. Bentancur, another good save from Ramsdale. Spurs come straight up the other end and have a good chance through Bentancur. They're making another change. Matoma going off, Brennan Johnson coming on. So they're doing what they can to try and get back into this game. Corner comes in. That should be Ramsdale's, and is. Easy and breathe. Oh, what a poor pass that is though. Marquinhos into Delap. Delap has put it wide. Good bit of footwork by Frimpong and good bit of strength to hold off Doherty. He's played a nice pass into Bentancur as well, but Downs is there, very nice. And now we've got a chance on the break. A support pass by Mavididi, but here's a chance again. It's going to fall back for Kulusevski, who is going to get a strike, and now he's at the post. Oh my god, Spurs, what can they do to score today? They need to do better than that, because they've hit the post twice where they probably should have scored. Mavididi whips it in. Tankstead blocked, and for some reason Dewsbury Hall just ignored the ball, and now Johnson's got it. It's going to come back at Spurs though. Over the top, what a pass that is. Tankstead takes it down. Good save, Alisson. And that should be it. Those Spurs are going to lose this. Dewey. Now we'll go for the corner, just to waste some more time. 4 added minutes. We're down to the 93rd now. We're just going to waste some time in the corner. What a result this is going to be. Off the back of a 5-0 result at St James's Park as well. Absolutely fantastic to go and beat Spurs here. And it really shows how far we've come as a team now to go and win this game. I think last season we got battered by Spurs, and this season their team is even better. They are top of the table. Maybe not anymore, because they have just dropped points here, but I'll take it all day long. I said I'd take a draw. We did set up for a draw, but it was the perfect tactical plan in the end. We set up in the first half defensively. I didn't really change too much in the second half. I just brought a couple of players on, which meant that we cost Spurs on the break, let's be honest, and then obviously we had that penalty as well. But we did really well to get 2 clean sheets in a row as well, and we only conceded 1 against Forest as well. We could have had 3 clean sheets in a row today, but we've picked up 6 from 9, which I would have taken all day long. Now the next game we've got is the Carabao Cup game, which we are going to sim against West Ham before we then sim the final game in the Premier League of the episode against Aston Villa. So let's head to that West Ham game next. Okay, then this is our lineup for this round of 16 Carabao Cup clash against West Ham. We obviously rotated a little bit. Obviously, this is our cup team. We've got Walker Peters, Danzo is playing, Kelly, Williams, Dewsbury Hall and Ward-Prowse in the middle with Paqueta in front of them, playing against his former side, of course, in West Ham. Dozie's playing on the left. Tankstead has come in up front, and then Hutchinson is getting the start on the right. West Ham side is looking like this then. So they've got a decent side, to be fair. They've got a few of our players. There's some familiar names in there. They've got Howard Bellis playing. There's the rest of the lineup as well. And then on the bench as well, they've got one of our former players in Cunha playing there as well. So a very decent West Ham side. If we can make it through here, then we'll probably start playing the games from this point on. Hopefully we can get to another final. But we've got to get past West Ham today for that to happen. So let's see how it goes. Paqueta, Tankstead makes it 1-0. He is in absolutely fine form as well, to be fair to him. It's just unfortunate for him that obviously Guri is keeping him out of the side of the minute, but they're both playing very well, which is what we want. It's reminding me a little bit of the first season with Archer and Oniachu, both our strikers in fine form, and at half time we are heading towards the quarter final of the Carabao Cup. Hopefully we can hold on to it for the remainder of the game. Tankstead, what a pass to Hutchins, that's got to be 2, and Tankstead gets an assist, and that should see us through to the Carabao Cup quarter final. Good result. It's a free kick to West Ham. We're not going to jump in, we're just going to let this play out. Hopefully they don't score it, but it's a good position to maybe get a goal back, which is exactly what they've done. Vitinha makes it 2-1, so it's not over yet. Last 2 minutes here then. West Ham on the attack. I thought they were going to score then. They could still. They haven't, and that should be it. We do get through again to the quarter-final for the second season in a row in the Carabao Cup, beating West Ham here away. Good result. Goals from Hutchinson and Tankstead. An assist for Tankstead as well. Really good. Vitinha obviously scored the free kick. So we are through, which is fantastic. Right, let's jump into the next game now, which is against Aston Villa, which is the final game of the episode, which we are also going to sim. So hopefully we can pick up another 3 points, and it will really top off a fantastic episode if we can go and do that. Okay, so this is our lineup for this final game of the episode in the sim game against Aston Villa. With pretty much our starting lineup. In fact, it is our starting lineup. This Villa team is absolutely mental though, so let's jump into it. I'll show you their team now. They've got crazy. So they've got Martinez, Lewis, Medina, Christensen, Matson, Onana, Gavi, Amat, Rafael Leao, Bernardo Silva and Ollie Watkins. So not going to be an easy game, although we are on the front foot early on and we don't do anything with it. But this Villa team is absolutely fantastic, and that's why they are at the top of the table. Well, they're up in about third, I think they are at the minute. So I'm not expecting a lot from this game, especially because we're simming it. And there we go. It looked like a poor save from Ramsdale, but Amad Diallo makes it 1-0 to Villa already in the first 10 minutes, so that's probably how this game's going to go, but we shall see. So we're into the 85th minute now, and it's still only 1-0 Villa. Nothing's happened since they scored that early goal in the first 10 minutes, but it does look like this is how it's going to end, unless they get one last final chance. They're not going to get it. I don't think we're going to get a chance. We might do, It's a good ball. No, he's offside, so we are going to go and lose that one 1-0. At the end of the day, it was always going to be a difficult game against Villa, and we simmed it as well. So I'm happy overall with how this episode has gone. We obviously, to take points against Spurs and Newcastle was absolutely fantastic. So 2 wins, 2 defeats, and then to get through in the Carabao Cup, not too bad of an episode. Let's go see where we are in the league table. Well, surprise, surprise, we are sat in 11th, which is our favourite position. But again, let's not complain too much. 11th is decent, and it's still early days. Surprisingly though, Man City have, I say surprisingly as if it's a surprise, it's not, but Man City have really clawed themselves back out of that relegation zone and down the bottom of the table. They are in 10th now, so they must have won every single game since the draw to us, I believe they have. So they are back in contention to get back up that table. At the minute, the front runners are Fulham. Fulham are having a very good season. They are in first, and Villa, of course, just beating us, have got themselves up from third into second. So an interesting few teams up the top at the moment, but I'm happy with how our season is going so far. We just need to start winning a few more games consistently to get us into that into that 8th or 9th, but of course, and we have got one eye on Conference League, so if we can get into 7th, that'd be fantastic, but we do need to perform a little bit better to get into those positions. But like I said, we are having a decent season so far, so let's go see what's coming up in the next episode. Okay then, so in the next episode, we haven't got a very busy November, we only got the 3 games, so we will play, I believe we'll play all 3 of those games, and then we will probably sim the first game of December against Everton. So pretty simple, straightforward episode, 3 played games and a 1 sim game, and we have got top of the table Fulham next, so that is going to be an interesting one. But that is where we shall wrap up today's episode then, guys. If you have enjoyed, please remember to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss anything else from this series and my channel. And like I mentioned earlier on, fantastic episode. Could have been better if we had beaten Villa at the end, but at the end of the day, to pick up points against Spurs and Newcastle in the way we did as well, to keep clean sheets against them, absolutely fantastic. Hopefully we can push on now into the next episode and do the same thing, but it's not going to get any easier because we are going to be playing top of the table Fulham. But that is for the next episode, so I've been Clonks, and remember guys, take care.